Hello, welcome back. My name is Meat, also known as Zane, avid Yawgmoth gamer, back at it again with more Yawg League content. So, what are we doing today? More Yawgmoth, you already know, but I want to show you what I got. So, I did get a second Orcish Bowmaster. There we go, right there. Very nice. So we're gonna try out the two. I do also want to try out like three and maybe four, but again, my renting service didn't. They only had the one, even though when I tried to rent two, they only had the one, unfortunately. So just gonna run it back with two for right now. Same thing as before: four halfling, three ignoble. I have seen there's a lot of testing going on with Yawgmoth. Like people are going up on lands, so they're going to like 22 lands or 23 even, and then they're shaving on the 0-1 dorks. So they're going with like four halfling, one gilded goose, or just four halfling, and then they're cutting Stringerud Geists, and then also including the ring and some even Shieldred main board. Right now, the ring's still almost impossible to get, at least on my end, so still can't test with it, but I wanted to just run another league with this iteration of the deck, going up on Bowmasters, down one Strangleroot Geist. Still pretty much the same shell, you know, 3 Eldritches, 4 Chords, 4 Grist, 2 Endurance. Some people are also taking out an Endurance, putting it into the sideboard. I still like the 2 in the main. I still think it's relevant enough to where I want 2 in the main. The thing that I'm most intrigued and that I'll probably try next is cutting the mana dorks and going up a land. So going down to 6, maybe even 5 mana dorks, and then having a 22 land deck, maybe 23. But but yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this. Like people are starting to play Pendelhaven now because we have so many 1/1s. Like with Grist count, with the Grist tokens, Young Wolf, Orcish Bowmasters, Innkeeper. So I could see the merit in doing that. I might want to try that. And then for the sideboard, I did change it up a little bit. So I'm up to 3 Thoughtseizes now. I have down 1 Fatal Push, only have the 1, but then I have a Go for the Throat instead. And then I put in a Veil of Summer. Scavenging is still there, Haywire Might is still there. Crime and Punishment is still there, and Phyrexian Metamorph, and Shieldred. The only card I'm iffy about right now in this sideboard is the Crime and Punishment, but I feel like if I take this out, I have too little threat for the artifact matchups, which I could take out, include a third force, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Could definitely this could definitely be a different card. It could definitely be like third force, or I don't know. There's a lot of different options we could choose for that. And then some people are even taking the rings that they had the main board, putting to the sideboard. So maybe want to try that. I don't know about there's some lists that are even putting mana dorks in the sideboard. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Maybe I'll try it like that, but I don't know. This is what we're gonna run with for today, and then I will see you guys in a bit. All right, hello, welcome back. We just won the die roll. We're gonna be on the play. Ooh! This is a very, very good hand. Love it. We got Mana Dork turn 1. We got Orcish Bowmaster on 2. We have a Cord. We have a Yawgmoth. Keep always. We are against an unknown opponent. They have no companion. They have 7 cards. They haven't decided if they want to mull yet. We're going to lead on Delighted Halfling plus Orcish Bowmaster. Or Blooming Marsh Delighted Halfling, and then next turn we'll see what happens. They also begin with 7 in hand. Awesome. So let's go to our turn. Play out Blooming Marsh, Delighted Halfling, pass it back to our opponent. Let's see. Burn! We're against Burn. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, they didn't do anything turn 1. That's interesting. Let's see. What we draw here. Never. I am never not happy to see a Grist on turn 2. Just fetch here. We're just going to fetch for a forest because we want to preserve life totals, and then we will go ahead and slam the Grist. We always have it, by the way. Lightning Bolt me? Sure. So with this Court of Calling, I'm going to want to get either a Blood Artist or a Prosperous Innkeeper, so I'll try to keep that in mind. Unless we draw a land, we can't play Yawgmoth. Searing Blaze, that's totally fine. Actually, no, it's not. They played a land. Ow. Ooh, okay, Blood Artist is quite a good pickup here. So we can. It's a little awkward because we're down on mana. I mean, if we play the Blood Artist, they have to answer it. It's a little awkward now that we're down on mana. They have 5 cards in hand. I think. Maybe we just want to hold up Chord here, so we can Chord for. Yeah, I think we're gonna hold up. Turn off auto yields. Because we can only Chord for 1. Yeah, so when Burn has hands like these, where it looks to be like all direct damage burn spells, that's really not good for us. So I think we're just actually gonna play out Blood Artist here. Pass it back to them. We can't Chord because we have no green creature. Rookie, go. Sorry about that, dog. But if they do use a burn spell on the Blood Artist, main deck Rolling Vortex. Okay, that's annoying. And Riftbolt exiled. Yeah, that's really. Oh, they don't have. Ugh. Okay. Well, that means if they want to stop us from getting life, that means they'll always have to hold up the mana. I definitely shouldn't have. I should have attacked last turn if I couldn't have Chorded. That was a misplay on my part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little unfortunate that we're not drawing lands. I think I want to gain the most amount of life while they're tapped out, so I think we're gonna Chord here for 2. We're going to get Prosperous Innkeeper, always yield. We're gonna plus here to gain a life, always yield. And then we're gonna spend this treasure actually to play a Delighted Halfling. We'll pass it back to them. So they're probably gonna use that Riftbolt on one of our life gain targets, or they might just go directly for us. If they're just trying to race. They are just going directly for us. Okay. Oh, but they took they took direct damage because of the Rolling Vortex because of the Riftbolt. That's funny. Lava Spike. Another Riftbolt. So they're gonna take another 5. They're holding up mana here. If they're gonna activate right now, then I can flash in Bowmasters. Oh, but they can just double activate, huh? I have 1 card in hand. So we cannot resolve Yawgmoth. Let's start off with plussing. It just resolves, okay. In that case, I will play out an Ignoble as well. Try to get them to use it. Perfect. So they're gonna waste a spell on us, and then in response, we're just gonna flash in the Bowmasters. Nice. Wow. Okay. Got there. I was not expect. That was getting kind of close there, and they would have had 2 draw steps to top deck something, but managed to get there. The Rolling Vortex is interesting. I can see why they would play it main board because of all of, like the Omnath decks running around, but it really screws them over when they suspend 2 Riftbolts. That's not what they want to do. All right. So burn. We've done this song and dance before. Let's go Scavenging Ooze, Haywire Might. Last time we put in a Fatal Push. I don't know if I want to put one in. And then we could also play 1 Endurance, just play a higher density of creatures and have that flash threat available to us. I think that's fine. And then this matchup again, we just cut Yawgmoth, 2 Grist. I know Grist was really good there. When we have a Grist on 2 on the play, it's really good, but on the draw, it's a little bit too slow, even if we have it on turn 2. And then we can take out 1 Chord. Just because, again, it might take us too long to get the high density of creatures. So we just go Endurance, Scavenging Ooze, Haywire Might, Shieldred. They usually side out creatures anyway in the matchup because of all of our dorks, so. So they're playing first, of course. Let's see if they keep. They're starting with 7. So we can't rely on our dorks to live here. And we can't rely on 1 land, so we're just gonna mulligan. Oh, this is really good. Okay. So now it's a matter of what we put back. We're definitely keeping. I think we just throw back the Yawg, actually. So we only have 2 mana, technically 3 with Prosperous Innkeeper, but I think we care more about the Innkeeper and the chump blockers than we do Yawgmoth right now. Let's see if they play a creature. If they do, yep, awesome. Always happy to see that. We're just gonna slam Young Wolf. Land is great here. Yeah, we're just gonna slam Young Wolf. Go get there. Believe in you. In this matchup, you want to preserve your life as much as possible, so we're just gonna block immediately. Even if they go to combat, if it's just before using a spell. Okay, it's fine. Like, even if they were to swing here with just a 1/2, we would still block that because they could have some instant speed burn damage, and we want to save our life as much as possible. So they kept a 1-lander, which is good for us. Okay. Halfling is good. Do I want to... So I could either just play Strangleroot or play Prosperous. I think I want to play... Because if we... So we're playing the land, obviously. Then next turn we'll have 3 mana, so we could get 2 life off of the Innkeeper, where this turn we could just gain 1 life, but then we're forcing them to focus the Innkeeper next turn, so I think that's fine. Yeah, so we'll just play out the Innkeeper, and then we'll use the treasure to play the Halfling. Halfling. Always yield. And I don't want to attack here because I still want to use I want to prioritize my Young Wolf to block, because I care more about Innkeeper and Halfling. And, oh, alright. Well, I guess they just did not have an answer, or they just had a bunch of 2-mana spells or something in their hand, and they were just over it. Alrighty. Well, normally I would conclude this as a video. However, I think I want to try and make a complete video this time around instead of just doing one-off videos. So maybe I'll record the whole league. But basically, just to quickly go over the burn matchup, you just really need to have a high density of creatures in game 1 so you can block all of their threats, which they didn't really play out because they just had the direct damage burn spells. And then in game 2 they usually side some of the creatures out, so you want to try to find your life gain sources as fast as possible. That way you can stabilize and put up with the pressure that they're putting down. Here it looks like our opponent kept a risky they kept a 7 card hand, but they only had 1 land, so ended up biting them in the end. But yeah, we were able to get there versus burn. Let's go on to the next game. We won the die roll. We were going to play first, always. Ooh. So we're on the play. We have no turn 1 play, but we do have Wall of Roots, Eldritch, and then double Yawgmoth. I think we don't know what they're playing, but we'll keep. If we were on the draw, I would definitely mold this hand, but I think we're okay with keeping this. We'll just start off with a Verdant and pass it back to our opponents. So our best draws here are like one mana spells, so anything that's a 1-drop. They're gonna Thoughtseize us. No, they're cycling. Ooh, is this a Living End? No, Living End doesn't play. I don't know what this is. Is this the new blue-black deck that's been running around? That'd be interesting. Ooh, perfect. Alright, so we are going to play the Wall of Roots. Hopefully it doesn't get countered. It does not, and we're gonna play the Halfling. They might have a Fatal Push here though, because they did shock. Oh, okay, interesting. They do nothing on their turn, which is fine, because then we can... Ooh, do we want to hold up Cord? So here I'm worried about two things. I'm worried about one fatal push against our Yawgmoth, and two counterspell. Now we can get around the counterspell with Yawgmoth pretty easily. I think because we have two in hand, I think we're okay to play Yawgmoth here. We'll just pass it back. I am gonna, if they do kill Yawgmoth, I am gonna prioritize keeping the Delighted Halfling alive, because I do care about the uncounterability. It looks like it's Death Shadow or some variant. Orcish Bowmaster. Okay, that's fine. We cannot Cord here because we already used the Wall of Roots mana, but they're just gonna ping us. That's fine. I was thinking about using Cord on their turn. Not doing anything. Let's move to end step. But I want to use it here. I think I do. I think I'll want to try it. Try to get a counter spell out of their hand if they're holding one up at instant speed. So we're gonna Cord for one here. See if that goes through. It does. Awesome. We'll just get Young Wolf here. I think I'm still going to try to draw cards. I'm gonna sack their target there. Always yield. Always yield. They have no response. Endurance is a great pickup here. They're just gonna go for us, that's fine. And then we'll move to our turn. Let's just play out the other Young Wolf. That's gonna get countered. Which is fine because then we can slam an Endurance. They are getting quite low. Yeah, let's just attack. Attack with both. And if they block the Young Wolf, we can just do some stuff here. Looks like they're not going to, which is fine. I think we're just going to main phase the Endurance here to not let them untap. Target them. And we'll pass that turn back to them. Fetching. Yeah, like I wasn't sure if they were going to fetch there at the end step. I just didn't want to run the risk of them not doing that. So. Okay, still not doing anything. Land here is fine. They block. So we could try to go for an Eldritch. The thing is, I'm pretty sure it's just going to get countered. So I want to try for an attack first. So we can attack. If we attack 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if they block the biggest thing. This is interesting. So they block the biggest thing, they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 2. If we swing with all, let's try that. We can even buff it if we proliferate. Let's attack like this and see what they do. They're blocking the Young Wolf. If that's the case, we're just gonna pay 1 life here to sack the wall. Then pay 1 life there, sec. Target that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to 1. Don't feel like we need to do anything here, but I guess I'll just run out the Innkeeper, see if it gets countered. Happy if it gets countered, perfect, yeah. So that's why I kind of didn't play this Eldritch the whole game. I knew that they just had some sort of instant speed interaction if they're not doing anything else. Nice, alright, we got there. Cool, so it looks to be like the blue-black control deck that's been running around recently. I'm glad to have Veil back in the sideboard for that one. I'm gonna kind of, let me see, I don't think I have anything yet for that. I might just sideboard as if it was Murktide, because it's kind of similar. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So they do care about their graveyard, so we're gonna put in the Endurances, we'll put in Scavenging Ooze, we'll put in Veil. I don't know if they play, so if they play, we only saw Orcish Bowmaster. If they play Ledger Shredder, I would be putting in Fatal Push here, but I didn't see it. So I think I'm just gonna put in 2 Thoughtseizes, and then 1 Go for the Throat. So we bring in 7 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So bring in these 7 cards, and then we will take out, the Eldritch is just way too slow in counterspell matchups. And then the Ignobles are kind of like in the matchup as well. They might not be as bad as Murktide, because Murktide they play like 7 or 8 removal spells. I don't know how many they play. I might just take out 1 here. No, I think I'll take out 2. Then take out... no, I'll take out all 3, and then we'll take out a Yawgmoth, just because I don't think it's going to do that much. Maybe... I'll take out String of Rootgeist. We'll try it like this. Oh, okay. They're mulling to 6. We also need to mull again, so we'll just mull. Ugh. We're on the draw. If we draw a land, this is really good. If we don't, we're really boned. I think we're gonna try it. Put back Yawgmoth. We'll see. They cycle immediately. They don't do anything. Oh, okay, we're fine. So we could do 2 things. We could just play fetch pass, or we could run out the halfling. I think it's best if we just try to resolve the halfling and hope it lives till next turn, though it's not a high chance. Yep, it's dying. Oh no, okay. Maybe it's living. This has to be Shadow, right, with how aggressively they're shocking. Fatal Push, yeah. I mean, we're glad that they do that on their turn, though. Yawgmoth again, okay. We'll just pass it back to our opponent. If they... Because we didn't draw a land, I might want to just cycle the Veil. Not gonna do it here. I'm gonna wait until their turn. Yeah, okay, now we will use Veil. They want to counterspell this, it's fine. Or drown. Counter target spell with mana value less than or equal to. Okay, so I will fetch. Get an Overgrown Tomb. And then that won't work, right? Oh. I'm bad. Wait. Less than or equal to. Never mind. I mean, I could Endurance, but if I endurance myself, I'm going down 2 cards, so I'd rather them just take the 1 here. We got 2 cards out of their hand for one of our cards, so Grist was the best thing for them to take. Stringer Root off the top is fine. I mean, it gives us something to play, right? Just get in there. Now they could have they could untap. They have 2 cards in hand. They could untap and go for a big Murktide. But if I pitch my endurance to Cord, I don't think I can win this game off of 2 lands. So they have it. They have it. Considering they don't have it, which is good. Bowmasters is really good here. So with the Bowmasters, we can get in for an attack with Strangle Root. They are bringing in their own Bowmaster. I mean, they're going to ping it anyways, and it's gonna die, so yeah, we'll just flash in our own Bowmasters in response and take out theirs. They do a lot more drawing than we do. We still cannot Cord here. Fatal Push, that's fine. Another Endurance. So they only have 2 cards in hand, so we could go we could do something like Endurance. We could go like Endurance, pitching Endurance, and then Cord for 2. Let's try that. Let's do it on their upkeep. Because I'm kind of scared if they get a big Murktide here. Gonna evoke Endurance. Make them use, if they have counterspell mana, make them use it on their turn. Target them. Then we could Cord here. I think we do. Just try to get something else that's relevant. They're gonna counter this, that's fine. Stubborn Denial, ay ay ay, why are you playing that? I guess they're a Death Shadow deck. That's fine. Dothy is disgusting, but at least they're at a lower life total than we are. Oh, yeah, please, yes, please attack here. Thank you, opponent. They have 1 card in hand. Patra is a pretty cool pickup. We'll go to combat, just attack them. Then we'll just run out the Patra here. Last card has to be like a Death Shadow, right? There's no way that they would attack there. Yeah, now they're leaving back a blocker. Because they have to block a Patra now. Grist is good, but we do not have the mana. Just get in with everyone, I think. Ooh, Dress Down is actually kind of big here for them. Oh well. Were they gonna block a Patra or Strangle Root? Probably have to block Strangle Root, right? Just trade Dothy for Strangle Root? Yeah. And then trade that. That's fine. They still take 2. Would really love a land. We've been operating off of 2 mana almost this entire game. Another Dothy is perfectly fine. We can deal with that. They're going to be going down to 1 here. I don't think there's any... Blood Art is just interesting. I mean, we're just gonna run it out, right? Oh wait, oh, I had lethal. I could have used a patch for on Blood Artist. That's my bad. Oh wait, no, could I have? No, because that's exiles, right? Yeah, I don't think that works because dot the exiles. So Blood Artist actually does not die. But I think we should be okay. There we go. We got there versus the blue-black deck. I don't know if that was the one that has been running around recently, but very interesting. It was kind of similar to Murktide in a way. Played very control-y. Um, Thoughthy Voidwalker is obviously very good against us. We played this entire game off of 2 mana and a halfling, so our resources were quite limited, but we were able to get there with this, by cutting off their graveyard. If they had a Murktide, they could not have played it, or at least we cut off the avenue for them so they couldn't actually play one of those. I think they were, right? Because they're playing Stubborn now. We never saw a Death Shadow, but they were fetch shocking pretty aggressively, so maybe they were. Maybe like some Death Shadow and like 2 Murktide combination, but pretty good. Pretty good matchup there. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make this a full league video, so we'll just get up right into the next game. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, welcome back. Back in game 3 for the league. We won the die roll. Would you like to play first? Yes, sir. Always. Ooh. So we're on the play. Hands like these are a little awkward when they have like endurance. We have endurance, right, which is okay, but we have 4 lands. But we do have a court, so I think we'll keep this. We're against an unknown opponent. They don't have a companion or anything. They're at 60 cards, so we'll just try it out. Hope everyone's day is going well. I wonder if you guys would like more of this type of content where it's like a full league, or do you enjoy more the little one-off videos? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Comment section. I also want to get a standing desk, and I want to get a better microphone. A standing desk I feel like would be a lot of fun for Magic, just be able to move around more, be more animated. We're just going to fetch for a base, because we have 3 fetches, we'll just fetch for a basic forest, we'll just play out the halfling, pass it back to our opponent. They play a Polluted Delta. This is the second black-blue deck. They're just going to Fatal Push. Yep, that's fine. So in that case, we'll just play it. Assuming we draw no 2 mana spell, we'll just play out the second fetch. Oh, of course, would have been so good. We'll just pass it back to them. We always have the Grist. It's the 8th card. It's always on top of the library. So here they're holding up a counter spell. So we will just try to play around that. We'll just get this. I'm not gonna round up the Grist here. I want to just hold up mana for Grist number 2. I mean, that's really good. Gonna play out the Verdant again, I think. We have the Nurturing Peatland, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, we'll just do this. Pass it back to our opponent. Okay, so this is the deck that I was thinking of. Reveal Island. We could have flashed in Endurance there, but I want to make them use a counterspell. So I think we're just going to do it now, so that if they do counter this, we can resolve a Grist and just start getting value. Played the island. We'll just get a forest here. And we'll flash in the Endurance. Alright, they're not gonna counter it. thinking. Let's start off with an attack here. So against these type of Murktide decks, we don't want to be playing into their counter spells because they want to fill up the graveyard as fast as possible. So we have to play around that as much as we can. So we try to play instant speed. We just play these slow games. We don't I could run out a grist here, but it's almost certain that they'll have a counter spell, and I don't want to fill their graveyard. This is the new card that people were talking about. So it's a fact or fiction, right? So we could chord here. I think I do want to chord here for one. I'm gonna chord to get a halfling. That way we could try to resolve a grist next turn. If the halfling dies, oh well, but... Ooh, okay, so the top pile will be presented face up. The bottom pile will be presented face down. So I've never actually played with one of these cards before, so it's kind of interesting. So the top pile will be presented face up. The bottom pile will be presented... Well, I feel like if I put the Murktide Regent in the face down pile, they're just going to take it because they're just going to get lands. So I feel like top pile face up. So face up like this. I feel like I don't... I feel like this is fine. Let's try that. Okay, so they chose the island in the Murktide Regent. Which is kind of fine because I didn't want them. I mean, they go to the graveyard anyway, so it's not like I can do much. Prismatic Vista. Oh, they're actually gonna let us untap here. So nice, we can run out Grist. A Fatal Push our Endurance or something. Subtlety. Ooh. I mean, that's fine. I just put it back on top. I think I just play out the other Grist here, and then I don't swing with Endurance. Ooh, and then we get to plus. Oh, we got the value! And we pass it back to our opponent. Because I want to keep Grist alive here, so... There we go! We look to be in an okay position. I don't know how they deal with Grist here. Okay, that's how they deal with Grist. Looks like they're still holding up Counterspell because they would have just ran out the... They would have just ran out the Murktide Regent. So they're holding it. They could be holding up a number of things. They're either holding up like Counter Magic or Orcish Bowmasters. I think we're just gonna get in with our Endurance. If they have an Orcish Bowmaster, oh well. I don't wanna. We can't just sit back and do nothing because they have a Murktide Regent in hand. So we will play out our land. We will play out Wall of Roots. We have an empty hand. Pass it back to them. I do want to crack this peatland, but not while they have Bowmaster mana like that. So now we will draw a card here. Young Wolf could be better. Taking out a token, that's fine. And we can't do anything here, so we'll just yield. Yeah, I couldn't play. So, like, I could play the second grist there and then not uptick. But if I down tick, then it just puts him in Orcish Bowmaster range. But then if I don't know. Maybe I could have just played grist that turn and then not done anything. But I don't know. I don't like that. Another halfling is not really what we want to see. We're taking 5/8 next turn if we don't block it, so we have to leave back the endurance. Play out these things. Just gotta hope for a Yawgmoth at this point so we can play it uncountered. We 100% know that they have a counterspell in hand, as they've been having the mana up for it almost every turn. They could have played the Murktide Regent a lot earlier. So we'll take the 5 here. Go to 8. One, two. Sacrifices a creature token. Okay. So that means they really have a counterspell, because if they were scared of Grist, they would have kept that in hand. What is this, 4 mana? Oh, they're doing Murktide number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So they have Murktide number 2 and counterspell up in hand. Innkeeper is not what I want to see. So 5, 6, 7. We're not dead technically, but we're not alive either. We'll see what happens. We need exactly a Yawgmoth off the top to have a chance here, I think. Yep. So their hand is Murktide Regent, Counterspell, Mystery card. I am assuming. They're going to play out the other Murktide Regent right now to grow their other Murktide Regent. And they're going to hold up Counterspell. Yep. So we need Yawgmoth. Right now. Oh, okay. Well, Grist is something. Grist is something. We're still dead though, huh? Damn it. Yeah, because if we play Grist, I mean, we have to kill the Murktide Regent, but then they just have 2 flyers in the air anyway. If we plus, yeah, we're still dead, so we will just concede. Dang, unfortunate. Damn, Sheoldred's Edict is pretty good, being able to just specify planeswalkers. So we're just gonna run it back as we did last game. So we'll put in the Veil, Scavenging Ooze, 2 Endurance. Now we have a bit more information, so bring in the Thoughtseizes to go for the Throat. I think that's fine like that. Then we'll again take out all of the Ignobles, we'll take out the Eldritches, and then we will take out 1 Strangleroot Geist. Run it back. Play in first, yes. No, this hand is just way too slow, it doesn't do anything. Hand is better. Yeah, we'll keep this. Put back the Blood Artist. They also mold to 6, they're mulling to 5. Interesting. They mold to 5, we're on 6. Let's just play out Peatland, play a Halfling, and pass. Grist off the top? Oh, not that lucky. So we already have a basic swamp here, so I think we're safe to just grab a forest. Just play out Delighted Halfling number 2. Then Young Wolf. They're fetching. Okay. Just get in there for 1 with our Delighted Halfling. And then unless they have 2 removal spells, if they have 2 fatal pushes, then oh well, but we can pretty happily resolve this Yawgmoth, unless they have like a subtlety or something. Ooh. Okay, so this is really good. So we will just go black, black, green, play out Yawgmoth. Okay, and they had enough. All right. So I guess their hand just did not do much there against a resolved Yawgmoth, and we had another Young Wolf in hand. So we were in a very commanding position there. I think we will just run it back. Let's see. They did mull to 5 though, so hopefully both of us can keep reasonable hands. They mull immediately to 6. So a hand like this is very close. We need a 3rd land. Oh man. We need a 3rd land or like an early play or something. And if we don't, we just can't really do much. Oh man. But we have a Grist, we have a Veil of Summer. I think we're gonna try this. So our opponent's mulling, we're on the draw. I think we're gonna try. If we could just draw any 1 drop or any 1 or 2 drop or an action like another land in the next 2 draws, we're totally fine. They're going for a Thoughtseize here. Thoughtseize is fine, they'll take the Veil. Oh, no, Relic, okay, that's also fine. Land? Oh, okay, nice, nice. So here we will just play, we'll just play it up and then pass it back to them. Start filling up our graveyard to get them to use the Relic. And then now we can hold this Veil for a Thoughtseize, or we can use it to try to resolve one of our spells. I don't want to play out Hapatra here, so I'm not going to. Ooh, but Halfling. But Halfling. I don't know why I didn't fetch, that's my bad. I was like so intent on my next draw. Yeah, I should have fetched end of turn, but it's fine. We'll just shock. Play out the Halfling. So they did mull, so I might want to protect my Halfling here if they try to remove it. They're fetching. It's fine. Oh, this doesn't. Oh, Veil doesn't do anything here. Dang it. So I could fetch here for a Dryad Arbor and then sack the Dryad Arbor, but then I'm just stone raining myself. Ugh. So I think opponent. Yeah, it doesn't get around Veil, so yep. Goodbye Halfling, I'm sorry. They only have 3 cards in hand. Can they go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, they can't. Unless they use like a spell, a land fetch spell, yeah. But then we can just play Grist. They're stuck on lands. Just fetch here. Get this tapped. I don't think we're not gonna run out the Grist. We're just gonna hold up mana for Endurance. Wall of Roots is good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh man, so Wall of Roots is great here, but it's also kind of awkward. I think I care more about the Endurance than the Wall of Roots right now, so I'm just going to hold up the Endurance mana. Like, I could play Wall of Roots and then play Hapatra, but... Oh, exile all graveyards. Oh. So they are hurting for action. That makes sense. I was like, I thought it only exiled one graveyard, but it's both. It's fine. They're gonna island cycling? Okay. Watery Grave. So they island cycling and then played that. I want to flash in Endurance here. It's like only one card. I think I do, to just try to get something out of their hand if they have it. If they tap out for Counterspell, which it does not look like they're going to. Land here is really good. So now we can go... Now we can resolve Grist. With Veil back up. Oh. How does this work? How does this work with Veil of Summer? Does this just fizzle if I Veil of Summer? I was thinking about this earlier. Fact or Fiction? Fact or Fiction, Magic the Gathering. Oh, but that says an opponent. Oh man. I want to Veil this so bad, but I don't know if it works. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. How does it work? How does it work? I don't know. It says choose. So they have to choose me, right? Fuck. No, it doesn't work. I thought, oh man, okay. God dang it. Okay, so what do we care about? So I don't want them to have Unmoored Ego, so I think I give them I don't want them to have any of these. I mean, if they really take Yawgmoth here, do I care? Ah, man. Alright, now we know. Now we know. Choose an opponent. I feel like you still have to target for that. I guess it doesn't say target, but... Oh well, we tried it for science. It's not the best. So, do we just give them... I guess we just give them... these two... Because if I give them a land, they're going to choose the bottom one. So, I guess I give them these two, like, oh, these are really good, and then... Yeah, okay, we'll try it like that. Nice, okay, so they took the Unmoored Ego and the other one. Plus here. Get Triad Arbor out of there, thank you. Alright, there's nothing we can do here, so we'll just yield till end step. So we know they have Polluted Delta, but we knew that they had the Watery Grave as well. They're just not doing anything, that's fine. Blood Artist, interesting. We will... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We'll start off with a plus here. So we have Chord mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They do play Stubborn Denial though. So it's like, do I want to run into the Stubborn Denial if they have it? Not really. I think I just want to hold up here for a second Endurance. Well then if I do that, I'm just... Whatever, I'm just attacking. Attacking with 1. They're at 11. Bowmasters. Okay. 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 All fine. We'll play out the Wall of Roots. I think I'll play out Blood Artist here too. Make them either use a counterspell on it or removal on it. That's totally fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Chord for 1. We knew that they had that card, so they have Saruman's Ransom and then 3 mystery cards. Damnation! Hmm. 1, 2, 3. I mean, the only thing I could get here would be a Yawgmoth, which would come back. So I think it's fine. Yep, that's fine. Damnation. Jeez, I've not seen. I only see that card in mono black. So if we ult it, there'd be 5 damage here. I don't think I care too much for that. We'll just play out the Hapatra now. Play out the Halfling. We'll just plus the Grist again. 3 cards in hand. One, two, three. The One Ring. Ooh, I did not see this at all in the other games. Is this each? It is each opponent. That's totally fine. Means we can resolve Yawgmoth next turn. Ooh, maybe not. Durance is great here. So they obviously have a counter spell. If we go Endurance 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we only have Chord for 2. I'll make them use the mana on their turn. Oh, we can't even do it now anyways because they have protection from everything. So we will upkeep. Actually, okay, yeah. So then we will flash in Endurance, try to get a counterspell out of their hand. They just resolves, okay. Might be digging for another damnation here. If they do, I think they're just dead. 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. That's pretty sick. Oh, I could have corded for a Bowmasters there. My bad. Another One Ring. What do I want to do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each opponent. That's fine. Five. Hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have that. I think we can win here, maybe. 5, 6, 7. Board for 4. Sure. Okay, so now they're guaranteed to die, I think. Because we 5. Yeah. So we'll get Yawgmoth. We will go. So this is my thinking here. I want to kill them this turn with Grist Ultimate. We have 5 creatures in the yard. It's gonna be 6, 7, 8. We're gonna have 8 creatures in the yard. So we'll take them down to 2. But we can also court here. So I'm gonna pay a life, target my endurance, put a counter, draw a card. They are fetching. If they have a fatal push here, that's also fine. In that's okay, opponent. Just do this in response. Yeah, so we win here with that fetch. Always yield. We'll target here, sack here. We'll target here, sack. We will target a Patra this time, sack the endurance. So 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so then we will just pay 1 life, sack nothing, sack a Patra. And then that's fine. Then draw a card for this one. And we have 9 creatures in the graveyard. This is each opponent. Does not work with protection. There we go. All right, nice. We got there. Oh, that was game 3. Oh shit. Okay, nice. I forgot the game 2 was so fast. Okay, nice. We got there. So that was I was like in my mind, I'm like, oh, we gotta play another game after this. Awesome. So we got there versus the other blue-black control deck. Pretty interesting. It looked like a very fun matchup. I like those very fun interactive matchups of good back and forth between the opponents. So I did not see the One Ring in any of the games besides that one. If I did, I would have brought in Haywire Might. But that game, we were just able to grind them out with Grist, get through there. And then I never wanted to play Yawgmoth into their counterspell, so that's why I wasn't courting early on there. And then once we resolved the Yawgmoth, I was like, once we resolve Yawgmoth off the court, I'm like, okay, like even if they have removal here, we win, because we can just sack our graveyard. Grist gets around the protection from everything, which is very nice. And then we just sack the board. I was making the tokens there with Hapatra in case I needed to cord for another target, but since they fetched down to 9 and then they fatal pushed the Yawgmoth, it was going to have 9 creatures in our graveyard. So yeah, we got there in the end. It was very fun, very interactive game. Let's get on to game 4. I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, hello, welcome back. We're in game 4 here in the league. We're 3-0 so far. We are on the draw this time versus an unknown opponent. Don't know what they're on. They have no companion. We have no lands. Awesome. So they are keeping 7. We have to mulligan this hand, unfortunately. So this hand is really close. I think so. Since we're on the draw, I think we just have to risk it. We'll put back Endurance. Will we put back Endurance? No, we'll put back Eldritch. We will just hope to draw a land. Sometimes it be that way sometimes. Land. Oh, we always have it. We always have it. Blooming Marsh. Ignoble Hierarch. Pass a turn. Now is it gonna live? Probably not. I'm assuming we're playing against some 4-color Stomping Ground. Red and 6 deck creativity. If they go red and 6, I'll be very sad, as we do not have that many Strangle Roots in the deck anymore. Could be Rhinos as well. Maybe? No. Maybe? No. Yes. Okay, it is Rhinos. Fire. 2 2 Grists. That's okay, but we need a 3rd land, so we will just play out the Ignoble, we'll play out the tap land, and pass it back to our opponent. Rhinos is always a hard matchup. We really need our Wall of Roots in these type of scenarios. We're not getting lucky, unfortunately. We did draw a land. They're probably gonna go Rhinos here, which if they do, it's better than doing instant speed. That's fine. So what do we want to do here? If we draw a land, we did. Ooh. Okay, so that changes things. I was going to just slam Grist uptick, but I think now we just resolve Yawgmoth. We are gonna be taking 8, but getting Yawgmoth on the field is more important. Attack with the Shardless Agent, please. Please attack with the Shardless Agent. They did, yeah. Okay, so now we can go to blocks. We'll block there. Take 8. Four cards in hand. Okay, Delighted Halfling's actually quite good. We'll run out a Grist here. Mystical Dispute. Instant snap off Mystical Dispute. In that case, we will just play out the Halfling. I think in this scenario, we could have also held up mana for Endurance. That could have been good too. But if they just have if they have a Violent Outburst, then we just lose. So maybe forcing the counter there is better. We can remove this stop on the upkeep. So I don't really want to be blocking here, but I think I have to, because if I don't block, I'm just dead anyways. So move to blocks. I'll block 1. Turn off auto yields, pay 1, sack the Ignoble. Drew another Halfling. I think, no, we don't sack here more. They could have like a burn spell. If they have a Fury, oh well, we weren't winning the game if they had a Fury anyways. I could also sack my Halfling to kill the Rhino, but if they have a fire here, it's gonna kill Yawgmoth anyways, so I didn't want to do that. Yeah, so that's fine. Not really, but it's whatever. They have 2 cards in hand, so how can we navigate this turn to not die? Yawgmoth is a start. So we have a few options here. We can go Uncounterable Grist and Yawgmoth. Stack the Yawgmoth, kill the 4/4, and then chump block next turn with the Yawgmoth on the 3/3 down to 3. We could flash in Endurance, but then we just lose because of the 2. So yeah, best turn here is, I believe, Yawgmoth into Uncounterable Grist. Then down tick. Do I sack the Halfling here? Yeah, I think I sack the Halfling here, just destroy that. They have a Violent Outburst, oh well. No shock, please. Oh god. Okay, they didn't do it. However, they could just have Fury. Now, if they're gonna attack me... Maybe I should have sacked Yawgmoth, because then now I'd add a fire. If they attack Grist here, that's fine. We're still not in the best position. Yeah, so that's fine. Grist was gonna die anyways, regardless of whether if we sacked Yawgmoth or not. Play another land. Ooh, Wall of Roots is awesome. But so is Endurance. Yeah, I think we just hold up mana here. I mean, I think we could just get it. No, just in case if they have a bounce effect. Well, no, maybe I should have attacked there. Forgot. Rhinos have trample. They're fetching again. I think they're just sitting in the deck because they're probably flooding out pretty hard here. Go Endurance. Another mystical dispute. Okay. Okay. I mean, they were gonna have that no matter what. We could block here. Go down to 2. We're dead anyways, though, to a fire and ice. So if they have it, they have it. Another land. They have 1 card in hand. Don't know what it could be. Eldritch. That is a great pickup. I'm assuming their last card in hand is another counterspell. It just resolves. I will now attack with my Yawgmoth. So now how the hell are we going to win this game at 2 life? I don't know. We need to keep this wall at 5. Endurance is a good start. We can't really afford to get Yawgmoth here. Best thing to get would be like a Grist. Yeah, I think the best thing to get here is a Grist. So if we go... What do? We sack the halfling. They have another counterspell. Oh well. Force a negation, sure. Now we have the endurance up. Ah, yeah, okay. Finally drew it. So this matchup is a hard one for sure. Let's see. So this matchup, we just bring in Thoughtseize Interaction, bring in the Sheoldred because it is very good against their Rhinos. Bring in both pieces of removal, and then we bring in Crime Punishment. No, do we bring? No, we don't bring it in. It's Crime Punishment's too slow. If we had like a Ratchet Bomb or a Silex, we'd bring it in here, but it's too slow. The Crime and Punishment's too slow as a sorcery. I mean, that artifacts are also technically a sorcery, right? But we can do it at instant speed. So let's see. We'll just take out Two of our Geist will take out the Eldritches. They're not... I mean, Eldritch could be good. To like get out an early Shield Drid. I think we definitely take out the Ignobles. Take out one Cord, one Eldritch. Yeah, let's do it like that. Like to play first? Yes. Oof. So, yeah, this hand would be okay if we had another land, but we do not, so we have to mulligan. This hand is also quite weak, but we have a Wall of Roots, we have a Young Wolf, so I think we will keep this. We'll put back the Swamp. They're also thinking about mulling. Which could mean that they're, if they keep 7, it could mean their 7 is kind of risky. They're keeping 7, so we will keep, we'll put back the Swamp. We will try this. Start off with a Young Wolf and pass it back. Forest, suspend footfalls. That's fine. Halfling is nice. Let's go to combat. So Halfling is nice, but it's also kind of awkward, right? Because I do want to play Wall of Roots, but I don't want to make my wall go to a 0/4. So I think we're just going to play out the Halfling. We'll play out the Forest, and then we will pass it back. I guess this puts our Halfling. We're not progressing as fast as we could be if we played Wall into Halfling, but I very highly prioritize keeping my Wall of Roots as a 0/5. And they did not draw red, so hopefully that means we can resolve our Grist. They probably have an ice here. They'll probably ice down my Halfling. But that means they can't force a negation Grist anyways, so I think it's fine. Sure. Another Wall of Roots, that's really great. So this is coming down in 3 turns, so we have some time. We will just play out Grist now. Oops. Out there, we'll plus it. Halfling, that's good, we didn't want to draw that. Get in there for 1. Then we'll pass it back to our opponent, and then next turn we can, if we don't draw anything else, we can at least get 2 beefy walls out there to block. Shardless Agent incoming. Yep. So their 7 must have been really good then. Ugh. Their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 draws would have been lands. Jesus. Another Grist, okay. So here I don't need to be down ticking, I just want to get Grist out of Fury range, so we're just going to uptick. Bowmasters would have been nice to have, but it's fine. We will just play out our 2 walls here. And pass it back to our opponent. They are never getting through. Coming down next turn. So we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So we have to draw an answer. If they have a violent outburst here, there's not much we can do, unfortunately. Like because we're going to block because we want to prioritize saving our grist, right? Um, but if we go block with the wall, if they attack everything, block with the wall, and then like we would block the Shardless with the Yawgmoth and a token. Um, but then like there's not much we could do there anyway because we need to try to progress the board as much as we can and save our grist. So yeah, they're attacking there too. So this makes me think that they have a violent outburst in hand. However, I do care about grist, so we're going to double block here, and then we will block one. They're going to violent outburst. Oh, no! What? Okay, well, didn't mean to block like that. I was clicking too fast and got lost in conversation. Apologies. So if they have a violent outburst, regardless, we are in just a bad position anyways. But let's see what they do here. The only way I would think, the only reason I think they would do this here is if they had a violent outburst. So in that case, I meant to block both of the Rhinos separately here, but we can't play around that anyways. Looks like they did not, or they just didn't opt to do it, which is good for us. So our wall's alive for one more turn. Oh, they have a fire. Oh, okay, well that's not good. They're probably going to, okay, so they were going to fire the wall. They fire the halfling, okay. So, lots of great removal in their hand. Dried Arbor is what we don't want to see here, it's terrible, but at least we have another grist. They can't counter this with Force of Negation. We'll just uptick again on the grist. Hopefully don't mill over. Okay, milled over a land, that's good. And then here, so they still have the 2 Rhinos. 2, 3. I just want to hold back, because they're going to have 2 more Rhinos next turn. I'm just going to hold back and try to trade. So I'll block one of the Rhinos with the Wall of Roots, and then I will block with Yawgmoth 2 insect tokens. And then next turn, yeah, we kind of need to answer off the top here, but we'll see. I mean, both at grist, so they really don't want us to have a grist. I kind of do though, so I'm just gonna block like so. They have a removal spell, oh well. They had a really good hand if so. Maybe it wasn't correct to block there. I don't know, it's kind of hard. Like, we're just struggling to find an answer. 1, 2. Okay, they have another. Okay, this is really not good. So we need a Yawgmoth off the top. One time? Nope. So this is, we're not dead. But we're not alive either. We're not in a good position. Always yield. They have 4, 8, 12, 16. They have a lot of damage on board next turn. Okay, so that's their third footfalls. If they have a Fury here, I will just concede. Going all at me, right? Want a grist. this time I will not block wrist because it doesn't matter. If we draw a Yawgmoth here and it's not countered, we actually have a way to win, I think. Yeah. Alright, then the rest is just getting sent to us. Sending with all. So we will just block one of the Rhinos coming at us. Go to 13, we have one draw step. It needs to be Yawgmoth, it needs to not get countered. It's not it. Alright, opponent got it, unfortunate. But yeah, the Rhinos matchup is just kind of hard. Like we only have so many blockers. Even with my miss block there, it still didn't matter because they had 2 pieces of removal in hand. So we were just trying to hope. We were hoping to find a way to find Yawgmoth. We just did not get it. We were on a model 6 that game, I believe. So yeah, Rhinos is always a hard matchup. Obviously, my sideboard could have had like the Ratchet Bomb or the Filigree Silex. We could have brought in Crime Punishment too, but again, it's just it being a sorcery speed is just so big, and I don't know. I just feel like it's not the greatest thing to bring in. I'd rather be like putting up a wall of roots on my turn. But maybe that's the cut. Maybe I take out. Maybe because I was thinking before the league started, I was thinking about taking out punishment anyway. Maybe we take it out, put in a veil. No, not veil. Put in a Ratchet Bomb or Filigree Silex or a Chalice of the Void. So I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, not too bad. Still, we're 3-1. Let's finish up that final game. Hello, welcome back. We are in the 5th and final game of our league. We are on the play. Would you like to play first? Yes, always. Ugh. So this hand is really awkward. We have 2 1-ofs in our hand, which is Blood Artist and Dried Arbor. We have 2 lands and then 2 mana dorks and a Chord. It's really close, but I think that our hand is just too fragile to keep something like this, so I think we're gonna try to find something better. This is even worse. Awesome. So we're gonna mulligan again. They're starting with 7, so not too good. We will keep this. We'll put back Swamp. We put back Forest. Yeah, we're just gonna try to. We're gonna have to try to get lucky with mulling to 5. We'll just play out the Halfling, pass it back to our opponent. I don't think I would have. I would have had to have known the matchup to have kept that first hand because it was not there. Let's see what we're up against. They kept 7 cards. They have no companion. Urza Saga, Hammer Time. Urza Saga, nothing else. Interesting. Let's try. Okay, so land was a good pickup here. I'm just gonna not play anything. I'm just gonna hold up Flash Endurance. Is this one of the? This could be like the Timeless Lotus deck because I know they want to play Urza Saga and 1. It could be Hardened Scales, though I feel like they would have played something else if it was Hardened Scales. Could be Hammer Time, but it's really weird for them to be Hammer Time and only play Urza Saga, nothing else as well. So I'm thinking it's that Timeless Amulet deck. Which, if that's the case, we are in trouble. Yep. Okay. So we are going to have to race here. I don't think holding up Endurance does anything, so we will just cast it out. No targets, and then we're gonna need a little bit of a Hallelujah. Okay, Hapatra's really good. Can't play out Hapatra. I mean, we could play out Hapatra now. We'll just get in for 3 with Endurance. And we're just gonna Eldritch for Yawgmoth. With that. There's nothing else I think we could get here that would matter. I don't know the matchup too well. I haven't played against it too much, so I think I'm just gonna get Yawgmoth. Like maybe we get Bowmasters. I don't know if they draw a lot of cards. But I know they can go quite crazy. I don't know if we're dead. I have a feeling we might be because I've seen gameplay of this deck just going off on turn 3. So let's see what happens. Now they're gonna use the mana to copy the amulet. Um, we're actually not in a bad position. If we draw Hapatra, or when we play Hapatra, if we get to untap, this is my thought process. If we get to untap, we play Hapatra, and we can start digging for cards. We can try to start digging for like a Court of Calling or like another Undying creature, just some way to refill our hand and then be able to answer what they're doing. Try to draw maybe to hit a Boseiju as well. We'll see. Okay, that's really good for us. Them playing another Urza Saga is really good for us. All right. Wall of Roots. So we will start off by playing Hapatra. Oops. Oh yeah, I guess we can't do that. We'll just do green black here. Play Hapatra. So we could play. So we could play Hapatra. We could sack Delighted Halfling to itself, or sack Halfling, target the Hapatra, draw a card. And then we could play Wall of Roots. And then with Wall of Roots we would have, yeah, I think that's the play. So we do this, put a counter there, always yield. Drew a land, okay, that's pretty good. We will play that, and now we can play Wall of Roots, and then sack the snake. No! What did I do? I targeted the, oh my god. That is so sad. I thought I sacked the snake, target the wall, and I was gonna draw a bunch of cards, but oh, that's tilting. Okay. I meant to do that the other way around. I don't know why I did it like that. We are now probably dead. Oh my god. It's gonna be a miracle if we get to. Wow, okay. Jesus, I was gonna be so tilted. Alright, so let's try that again. We will play out Wall of Roots. We are going to pay a life. We are going to target the Wall of Roots. Sacrifice the snake token. Thank you. Alright. So now, should be okay. So now we play Yawgmoth. So then we target the wall. Sack the Yawgmoth. Always yield. Always yield. So now we just have to find a chord. Or a Blood Artist. So now we target there, sack here. Then we pay 1 life. We will target the snake, sack the Yawgmoth. We will pay 1 life, target there, sack the snake. We'll pay 1 life. We have to do this now because we can't let them untap. They're going to win the game if they untap. So they're going to have so much mana. Innkeeper. We could play Innkeeper. I will play Innkeeper if we start losing too much life, but we don't need to right now. Oh wait, can we? Because we still have a land drop. Yeah, we still have a land drop, so I will fetch. So we can. So we'll get that. Play Forest, do this. Play Innkeeper. Always yield. So yeah, now we're fine. So we'll sack there, target. So now we can just draw our deck until we win. Always yield. Pay 1 life, target there. No, what is happening? They're like moving around. Is that what happened last time? So Target a snake, sack the young wolf. Gotta wait until we find a cord or a blood artist. Okay, they see the loop. Thank you, opponent. Alright. Woo! I was gonna be very upset if we threw that game. But okay, we got there. We kind of got the get out of jail free card by drawing another wall of roots there. So, Amulet. Hey, this is why we have the crime punishment. This is why we have the crime punishment. Destroy those sagas. Let's see. So I don't have a specific sideboard guide for this matchup. I have one for generic Amulet Titan, so I'm gonna kind of go off that. So we'll take in the forces. We'll put in might. We'll put in crime and punishment. I don't think they don't care about their graveyards. They don't care about removal. I think we just jam the Thought Seizes as well to try to disrupt their hand. And then we will take out walls, we'll take out the Geist, we will take out a wolf, we'll take out an endurance, take out 2 grist. And then run it back. Because this is just a straight race. We're just seeing who can outrace the other. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm going to apologize to my opponent. So for this hand, we kind of want to keep the Boseiju. Let me see, sir. Hi chat. We kind of want to keep the Boseiju, but it does have a turn 3 Yawg, so I think we're going to keep it. Like we could mull here, we could definitely mull here for interaction with like a Force or with a Thoughtseize, but with Innkeeper and Young Wolf in our hand here, I think it's okay keep. If we rip an untapped green source off the top, it's gonna just be even better because we could hold up Boseiju. Play against these decks a few times. Let me see, make sure I'm still recording. Yep, everything's still good. Am I good? There he went to 6. Let's yield until end step. Let's see what they do. They don't play an Amulet here. That's like the best possible outcome. And then next turn we could go, if we play Young Wolf, the next turn we can go we'll have 2 mana, we go Wall of Roots, and then we're missing a mana for a turn 3 Yawg, so we need to draw a land. I think this hand is still fine. Is it regular Titan? It's regular Titan. Oh geez, I thought it was, did not think it was regular Titan. Okay. Oh, okay. We always had it. We always had it. Interesting. So we will just play out Young Wolf here. I think I'm going to wait on the Force until there's 2 targets. Because they did mull to 6. Oh, so good. If Valakut is going to be their land for the turn, I am very happy with that. So I think here... I mean, they can't play anything with this, right? Yeah, that's fine. So then we will just force. I think I'm going to value Wall of Roots over Innkeeper for the repeatable green mana. So we will just whack, whack, and we will exile the Innkeeper. Yeah, buddy. Draw for turn. And we drew the 1-drop. Very nice. Rip it, just ripping hot off the top. Always. Wall of Roots. And we will play out Ignoble Hierarch. And we'll just get in there for 2. Here we go. I feel much better now that I know it's regular Amulet and not the scary Timeless Amulet, because that one goes off even faster and we have less interaction for it. Play out Mycosynth, they have 3 cards in hand. Filtering for green mana, so they have like a Arboreal Grazer, yeah. They're gonna put a land in the into play. They only have 2 lands in hand. They have 2 cards in hand, so they have a bounce land. So they have bounce land. Probably put back Mycosynth, so they have 1 card. So they put back whatever that tap land was, the Garrison. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll have 5 mana next turn. Not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Yawgmoth. We did not hit a land drop for turn, so we'll just pay a life. We'll do this. We know what they have in hand. Oh, dismember. Dismember. So that was our last card in hand, which is fine. Do we want to draw more here? I think I do. Sacrifice there. Wall of Roots, okay. That's fine. Another young wolf. Alright. Well, we're in a little bit of trouble, but we know their last card in hand is just a land. And then whatever they just drew from the top. And they only have 4 mana, or 5 mana total. They're missing double green. Majuka Bog. Okay, so we know their entire hand now. So the last card in hand is just another land. So they're also just ripping off the top. We always have it. We always have it. So here, I think I'm just going to go Bowmasters into Halfling. Can I go Wall of Roots too? I think I go Wall of Roots. So Wall of Roots, 1. No, I can do Wall of Roots. I could put out the other Wall of Roots. Yeah, let's do that. Wall of Roots. Put a counter. Do double black. Bowmaster. Thing there. Yield. Get in there for 2. The next turn we will be in a very nice position. Nothing we can do right now, so don't need to hold up mana. They have 1 card in hand. Even if they have a Summoner's Pact, or if they have a Titan, they can't cast it because they're short on mana for the double green. Oh well, they have the filtering, I guess, but they still can't do it. Let's just run out Yawgmoth here. Go to combat, a swing with these boys. Get there for 4. Pass it back. Could have searched there for a land, but I don't think we needed to. Simic Growth Chamber. So we know their other card in hand. No. Their other card in hand is a mystery card. We don't know it yet. They have to return a land to the hand. Return Sun home. So they have 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still can't do anything. I believe they're dead because we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're dead. We're just gonna proliferate. Yep, many ways we can win here, but we will just take the simplest one. Yeah, even if their last card is Dismember, it doesn't matter, they're dead anyways. So do this. Discard. Halfling. Proliferate. Take 8. Hey, there we go. And we got there. Closed it out versus Amulet. Almost punted, but because of a misclick, but we managed to get there. Yeah, like I think I just uploaded a Amulet Titan video recently. It's just very two ships passing in the night kind of gameplay, just trying to outrace the other. I kept that hand because I figured we could have a fast. It was a kind of a risky hand, but we had all the pieces. We had an Innkeeper, we had a Wall of Roots, we had a Yawgmoth, and then we had a Yawgmoth. And if we drew an untapped land off the top, we could have saved the Beseiju, and then we ended up drawing a force anyway, so we really blew them out. Even with that, though, they didn't have a payoff, so that's kind of interesting that they didn't have anything to do even with. I guess they just kept because they had the double amulet and they were hoping to just draw into it, but that never did. We ended up getting the 4-1, very nice. And then here, so there was multiple lines available to us. We could have just cored. We could have played out Young Wolf and then like drawn a bunch of cards. We could have just corded 4 Blood Artists, sack our board. But I think the easiest thing to do here is just attack, proliferate. If something happens, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Asterisk. If something happens, we could have done something here in paper, and we could have corded for Blood Artist. But because it's Magic Online, this Wall of Roots, which should count for 2 mana, only counts for 1. So if this was in paper, and if they had some sort of interaction to stop us from getting lethal this turn, what I would have done was sack Orcish Bowmaster, target the Young Wolf. Oh wait. Oh no, that's still. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not doing the math in my head, but I was thinking we could untap the Young Wolf by resetting it, and then cord for Blood Artist, and then just kill him by sacrificing our creatures. But I think the only way they could have done that was with Dismember, and then if they have the Dismember, they're going down to 4 anyways. So yeah, they were just dead in that situation. And then we saw they were just drawing lands because they just played new land, and they just kept bouncing stuff. So managed to get there. Very happy. We missed the 5-0 just barely by getting defeated by Rhinos. But overall, I think the league went pretty well. Pretty happy with how I played. But yeah, I think that's all. Let's see. Let me take a look at my constructed list again. Oh, gotta open those chests too. Gotta open those chests. So let's see here. Get the chest. Open. Yes. Oh, Blood Baron. Oh, so that's a really nostalgic card for me. That's when I started playing. I think that's one of the first mythics I've opened. Was Blood Baron back when I played Dragon's Maze. And I thought the card was so sick. Like, oh, Blood Baron, what the heck? Protection. So good. And Droll Frame of the West. I don't know how much these are worth, but pretty nice. Three mythics. It's pretty good. But let's take a look at the list again real quick. I was just trying out the 2 Orcish Bowmasters in the main this time, and then the 2 Strangleroot Geist. Still on 3 Eldritch, and then Endurances. And then the sideboard, I think the only thing I would have done differently here, probably take out Crime and Punishment, maybe. I don't. It's like the only card that I'm iffy on. Everything else I'm pretty happy with. Go for the Throat, I guess, is another iffy one. Like, I haven't played too much with this one either. I played with Pylon. It's like good. When it's good, it's really good. But then there's also other turns where I'm just really restricted on mana. So I don't know. Like, I feel like Go for the Throat could also be a Pylon. I'm not sure. Maybe it would be. Maybe Pylon might be better. I think I'm gonna swap it out because now that we have Orcish Bowmaster, I think it might be better than I think it is. But yeah, Scavenging Ooze, Veil of Summer. Veil was very good this league. It was very helpful against those 2 blue-black decks. I think it's definitely worth it to have Veil in with those blue-black decks on the rise. Veil push Shieldred. Yeah, just the works. I don't know. The sideboard for Yawgmoth can be very versatile. Definitely a lot of options for our deck nowadays. But yeah, that was the league. Let me know if you like this kind of like long gameplay rather than the short videos, or I can go back to doing the short videos, whatever suits your fancy. But thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. I'll see you on the next one.